Hi guys, it's me, His Majesty. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the show. Please, by all means, hit that like button as you come in and also make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. And if you want to become a member, please hit the join button. If you do not see the join button, it will be in the description box of this video and all of our videos as well. We'd like to thank you for joining us today, and we hope that you continue to join us. With that being said, walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness, and always remember, it's Team McRae all damn day. Sunshine, and always remember, it's Team McRae all damn day. Ooh, yo. Ooh. Hey, everybody. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. Hey. What's going on, Andrea? Joy. Hey, Leon. And Betty. And Margie. And what's going on, Floyd? Shout out to everybody on Facebook that's watching on Facebook. We hope that y'all have at least, if you're watching on Facebook, come over to YouTube at least once and hit the subscribe button and become a subscriber of our YouTube channel. If not, please follow suit and become a subscriber of our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free. Just go over to YouTube and go to the McRaeKingz channel and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button when you go over there. The reason why we ask that you do that, people on Facebook, is because it helps us grow. So we hope that you consider going over, coming from Facebook over to YouTube and watching us. However, we do appreciate you watching us on Facebook as well. Also, Facebook people, we sometimes do not get the opportunity to see all of your comments. So, we would prefer you be over here on YouTube. Oh my God, Joseph, I am obsessed. I am obsessed and in love. I have a new love, Joseph.
And what is that?
Ice.
It's my fault.
And it's your fault, yes. I am in love with ice. Oh my God. I done found myself getting up in the middle of the night, like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to eat ice.
It's a wonderful thing.
I love it. I love it. And it's a healthy habit. At least I think it is. Is it?
Well, because it's water.
I mean, it's water. The only thing is it's frozen, but I love eating ice. Oh my God. I love to eat it. I love to crunch on it. I love, I just love eating ice. It's just, for some reason, it has a really good taste. So, let me tell you something. What I'm really in love with and what I can't wait to get my hands on, I want to get me some good snow ice. I'm going to tell you what I do now, Joseph. Sometime at night, I'll go in the kitchen and I'll go in the freezer, the tray that the ice is in.
Mm-hmm.
It has all little crunchy ice at the bottom. Little ice chips, little snow ice chips at the bottom. I will get me a spoon, honey. And I will get that ice. I will dig that ice from the bottom of the tray and put it in a cup and sit there and eat it like it's ice cream. Oh my God, it is so good.
Yes, Floyd, you named all the good ices.
What's that?
Sonic, Quick Trip, QT, and Circle K.
I want me some good snow ice. I have not had snow ice yet because I love snow. The one thing that I used to love to do, especially when we live in upstate New York, is when it was snow, I would take a pot and I would put it outside and I would collect the snow. And I would eat the snow. Remember?
Uh-huh.
I want me some good snow ice. So anybody that lives in the Atlanta area or Stone Mountain that knows where I can get it from, please let me know. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Now, we apologize that we did not come on last night.
Hey, Queen Ronnie.
But we will get to that as soon as we come on. You ready to come on, Joseph?
Not yet.
Not yet. We apologize for not coming on yesterday because Joseph and I, as you know, have been a bit under the weather. Both of us have been, dealing with the flu. We're still actually dealing with the flu. I still actually have it. I am operating on medication. The medication is keeping me together, Joseph. I'm telling you right now. If it wasn't for the medication that we bought between today and yesterday, I probably wouldn't even be sitting here right now. It is the medication that's keeping me together. What's that? Okay. It is the actual medication that's keeping me together. And I'm going to share this medication with y'all. So just in case any of y'all out there get the flu, you'll know what to do. I'm going to give you my best. I'm going to give you my suggestions on what medications to get and what not to get. If you should happen, and Lord help you, if you should happen to get the flu or be affected with the flu. Oh my God. I don't wish the flu on nobody, Joseph. You hear me? I don't wish the flu on nobody. I don't wish the flu on my worst enemy.
I think the only reason why I'm not as bad as you was because I had a flu shot.
Well, see, the flu was really bad for me because I'm diabetic.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know. When you're diabetic, and you get something as simple as a common cold, it can be your worst nightmare because of the diabetes. So I really got it bad. The flu was bad for me, but it was worse for me because I had diabetes.
Oh.
I'm going to share with you guys what I did to keep myself at bay. And to keep myself at least a little bit to feel better. I'm gonna share with you guys what I did. So with that being said,
Wait a minute.
I'm just waiting for Joseph to get comfortable. You comfy?
No.
Joseph, why ain't you up on the bed, child? Get them legs up on the bed.
I'm good.
You good?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
You like a sick puppy, are you?
I am.
Okay.
Like a little puppy. I know you ain't talking.
Okay, here we go. All right. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Woo, Lord have mercy. Y'all, it has been a rough week. It's been a rough week for both of us with having this flu. This flu has...
Well, I was good up until yesterday.
Oh, Lord, this flu has just let me fix this camera. There we go. There we go. Okay. This flu has really brought us through it. Like health-wise. Both of us. Like, I feel I'm at about 80% right now. I'm feeling about 80% right now.
Well, I'm glad you
are. And it's because, Joseph, I sat down and I thought about it. I was like, what am I going to take that's going to, make me feel better? I just wanted to feel better.
Right.
And so I got to the pharmacy today and I was like, I'm going to get some medication for us. And this medication, do you need another one of these new snacks?
No.
I think you do.
Later.
No, I think you might need one.
Later.
Yeah. So, let me show y'all what I did. Let me show y'all what I went to the pharmacy and got. First of all, Joseph and I, both of us, we were having like body aches. Now, when you have the flu, it's very important for you to have something that's going to counteract those body aches. And the best thing for you is some Tylenol, some extra strength Tylenol. I got some extra strength Tylenol. And I took these Tylenol and it got rid of the body aches. It really did. My body stopped aching as soon as I took it. So it really worked. Also, my sinuses were like all over the place. My nose was running. My sinuses were like tight. I felt this congestion in my head. So what I did was I went out and I got me some allergy medication. I went out and got me some Claritin. Yes, I went out and got me some Claritin. And the Claritin actually cleared up my sinuses. It stopped me from having the sniffles. It decongest it decongested me. I wasn't congested anymore in my head and stuff like that. So the Claritin really worked for me. Last but not least, this right here, this is the Bible. Let me tell y'all something. This is Mucinex DM. Now this Mucinex DM, it controls your cough. It also thins and loosens the mucus that's in your chest. And it's like a time release. It has like an extended release of all of your flu symptoms. And that really helped me today. It really helped me be at 80%. I'm not going to say I'm 100% better, but I feel about 80% better. I still have a cough, but it is not as, I'm not coughing as much as I was coughing. Also, Joseph and I went out and we got this as well. You got to get you a good cough syrup. And this is the one that I got. I got
elderberry.
The Robitussin elderberry. And we took about 3 tablespoons of this every 6 hours. And this really worked for us as well. And it also calmed down the coughing, because the coughing was the worst. It was really the worst. So as you guys can see, I do still have a cough, but the cough is not as painful as it was yesterday and the day before. I mean, when I coughed, it was so painful, and it exhausted me so much, to the point where I had to sit up on the edge of my bed because I was so exhausted. I had to sit up and catch my breath. So yeah, these are the different things that we used in order to counteract the cold that we had. So not a cold, the flu. So what I would suggest also, if you guys can, go and see your doctor. If you should happen to start having flu-like symptoms, go and seek medical attention. I did not seek medical attention simply because I have an appointment with my primary care physician on Friday of next week.
Hey,
So
Tony.
I just really didn't see the sense in me going to to my primary care physician. But I would suggest that you seek out medical attention first. Now, if you go to your doctor, 9 times out of 10, he's going to prescribe to you the flu medication, which is standard in the industry, Tamiflu. And I don't know if you've ever taken Tamiflu, but Tamiflu is kind of like a medication that will it kind of it helps you with the actual flu-like symptoms, and that's really it. There's really no guarantee. There's no guarantee that the Tamiflu will work for you, but doctors do prescribe it. Now, the medication that you should not take, guys, do not, please do not go to the pharmacy and pick out the generic brands, such as, you know, the store brand of cough syrup, the store brand of Mucinex, or the store brand of you know, of allergy medication. Because I'm telling you, you're going to run into issues. It's either not going to work or it's not going to work. So
Well, don't be the same issue.
stay away from the generic stuff. Stay away from it. If you see, you know, for instance, a medication like Mucinex, and then there's a, oh, this is a version of it's the same thing as Mucinex. It ain't the same, child. It is not the same. Um, get the name brand. It's worth it to get the name brand. Spend the extra $2, $3 to get the name brand, and you know it will work. They have an 800 number on the back of these medications, like for instance for the Mucinex. They have an 800 number on the back of here. If you should have any issues or if it's not working for you, they have an 800 number you can call. They can direct you, or they can give you a refund, or they can, you know, tell you exactly what you need to do. You know, if you need to go back to the store and get a different brand of their Mucinex or what have you. Spend the extra money, guys. Spend the extra money to get the name brand. You'll never go wrong if you do that. Of course, like I said, I wouldn't wish the flu on my worst enemy because it was terrible. It was horrible, child. Oh, my
Hey,
mouth is so dry.
Ashton. Hey, Tony. Hey, Denise.
Oh, and drink plenty of fluids. Joseph and I have been drinking orange juice,
And water.
and water, and of course, eating ice all night in order to, you know, keep yourself hydrated. And you know, the vitamin C in the orange juice does help with the flu-like symptoms as well.
I'm good,
So
William.
make sure that you keep yourself nice and hydrated. Make sure you get you some orange juice or some fruit punch, some type of juice, apple juice, what have you. That's what I started out drinking. I started out drinking apple juice. Get you some type of juice and drink the juice. And and the other thing is get plenty of rest. If you're able to stay home, I don't know if you're able to call out or whatever. Call if you're able to call out from work, call out from work and stay in the bed and lay down and relax. For some people can have a flu, and the one thing that helps them is working and moving around and doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that, and it really that helps them. But it's not for everybody. Everybody can't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't have the energy to do it. I'm too old for that. Probably if I was in my 20s or something like that, I probably could work with having the flu. I could probably be at work having the flu and stuff like that, and it wouldn't affect me in any type of way. But I'm child. I'm too old for that. I'm too old, so I just had to weather through it. And let me tell you something: you people that are between my age and up, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know your body can't take all of that no more. You know your body can't take all that no more. I know my body can't take that no more. Like there was a time, child, when this flu child would have been a cakewalk in the park for me. It would have been no big issue. Um, but it was a big issue this time. It really was. It was a really big issue. So guys, take care of yourselves. Take proper care of yourself. If you get the flu and you have to seek, the best thing to do is seek out medical attention for it. Go to urgent care. If it gets really, really bad, go to the emergency room or see your primary care physician. Let your primary care physician know what's going on. They will be able to prescribe the proper medication to you and everything. Okay. All right. But with that being said, we'd like to welcome you tonight to Pillow Talk. Thank you so much for joining us. We apologize that we weren't able to speak to you guys on last night. It was just so overwhelming. We were just so ill last night that we just didn't have the energy, guys, to do the show, and so that's why we did not come on last night. I believe Joseph put something on the community wall, didn't you?
Yeah.
Joseph put something on the community wall yesterday, letting you guys know that we would not be coming on. Again, we apologize and we thank you for being here tonight for Pillow Talk. Um, uh, but yes, it was a lot yesterday. It was a lot. Yesterday was a lot. But we seem to have it together today. Like I said, I have a slight cough, but it's not as bad as it was. It really is. It's not as bad as it was. Um, I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. I hope you had a great Thursday.
AJ
And
Boss.
um, yes, let me see what's going on in the comment section.
Yeah.
No, I'm reading it up there, Papa. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Queen Ronnie. Thank you. Yes, we will get better. Definitely, definitely, Queen Ronnie. You're welcome. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Uh, it's never easy when you have a cold. It's just really, well, not a cold. It's never easy when you have the flu. I tell you this. I promise, Mike. I'm making this promise for 2023. I will not. I refuse to. I will not. I refuse to forget. No, I refuse to not forget to take my flu vaccine because I tell you, I have. This is the first time I've been sick from a cold, from the flu, in 15 years. Like, oh my gosh, like walking in a park. I took my flu shot every year and never caught the flu. And I just lost sight of it this year. And I just didn't get my flu shot, which I should have done. But I promise you, I'll be next time when this is all over with. I'm going to get me a flu shot. I'm
And
going to get me one.
don't pay me no mind, y'all. Just that Tramel got it first. And then I got it after him. I started feeling it yesterday. So that's why I'm kind of looking like I'm out of it. Because I didn't start feeling it until yesterday.
Yeah, y'all. If y'all think Joseph is quiet because he really doesn't feel well. He really doesn't. He really doesn't feel well. Um, and I've been taking care of him all day. I made him some soup, and I gave him some medication. He was like, "Damn, Jamel, how much?" He said, "How much medication is you gonna give me?" I was like, "Joseph, trust me, these things will work." He got my heating pad over there. You got my heating pad?
It's on.
Is it working?
Yeah, because it's cold.
Yes, he got my heating pad. He done took my cover, everything. Well, he ain't take it. I gave it to him. I gave him my cover that I was snuggling under, and he is just weathering through what he needs to weather through. So y'all excuse Joseph. What good restaurants have we eaten from lately? Um, well, the only good restaurant, Queen Ronnie, that we've eaten at was before we left Jersey, and that was the Longhorn Steakhouse. I love that place, huh? Well, we went to Papados, but that was she's talking about lately. The yeah, the last good restaurant we went to was Longhorn Steakhouse, and I ordered a steak, and we ordered the appetizers. The appetizers that we had were onion rings, and what else, Joseph? Onion rings. That was it, right?
The onion, blue onions.
Yeah, we had the onion ring. We had the onion ring appetizer, and huh?
You don't have to be on camera.
You don't have to be on the camera, Joseph. Yes, the I ordered for my entree. I had a steak with some green beans and some mashed potatoes. That's my favorite thing. I love steak and mashed potatoes. So I had steak and mashed potatoes. It was really good. Um, and I had my steak medium rare. I love medium rare steak, and I had that. Of course, I did not eat the whole entire steak there at the restaurant. I put it in a to go tray, and I took it home and I ate the remainder of it on the next day. It was delicious. I love Longhorn Steakhouse. That's one of my favorite restaurants. Um, I love Olive Garden. Do they have Olive Garden down in Joseph? Yeah. Yeah, I love Olive Garden because I love the Alfredo that Olive Garden makes. I love their Alfredo sauce. Anything with their Alfredo sauce on it, I will eat. Um, and Before Longhorn Steakhouse, that was the one place that we ate. I remember because my younger sister, had come up from Virginia. We all went to Olive Garden. We had a really really good meal. Yes. Any more questions, guys? You guys are asking questions early. I like that. Yes. Yo, you guys, I have my juice here. I'm drinking my juice, and of course, I have my ice. But I haven't eaten any ice, because I ain't want to be rude, y'all. Cause eating the ice and having it in my mouth and stuff like that, it's hard to talk and stuff. I ain't want to be rude. Oh Lord, I'm cramping, Joseph. Oh gosh. Oh Lord, my diabetes is causing me to cramp. I'm starting to cramp like in my fingers and stuff. So, please excuse me. You may I may turn the camera off in order to get myself together because I don't like you guys don't want to see me cramp. It's the insulin. My insulin, unfortunately, when I'm sick, my insulin goes through my body really really slow, and because it goes through my body real slow, it causes my arms and my fingers and stuff to cramp. And it's not a good experience, but it's something that happens.
Ashton, don't forget Mary Mack's tea house.
Oh, oh God, oh God, oh God. Here we go. Here we go. I'm cramping.
Hit the butt.
I'm cramping on my side, Joseph.
Hit the butt.
I can't hit it. Hold on. I'm cramping on my side. Oh, ooh, Jesus. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want you guys to see me um go through this because it can look really bad. It can look really
Yeah,
bad.
about you.
How you doing about you?
That ain't got nothing to do with it about you.
What's that?
Hmm.
What he say?
You need potassium.
No, it's not my potassium. It's the insulin. My insulin goes through my body too fast, and what ends up happening is it causes my joints to cramp. It'll cause cramping in my side. It'll cause cramping in my legs and my arms. Everywhere. So, and it's really nothing I can do about it, but just just let it happen. Oh gosh.
Ooh, let it happen.
But in the meantime, we're going to talk about, what I want to talk about tonight, too? I want to talk about, give you guys a little update on the Shaquilla Robinson case, um, as I did the other night. I really haven't gotten too much more news about it, about what's going on with with the Shaquilla Robinson case. What I do know is that there has been one warrant and one arrest made in the Shaquilla Robinson case. It seems that Dejanay's Jackson, who is the girl that is shown in the video beating on Shaquilla has been arrested, and she is awaiting extradition to Mexico. Now, she hasn't actually been extradited to Mexico as of yet. Based on the information that I was given by a very reliable source, she is still in the United States. Now, we don't know if she was apprehended or if she voluntarily turned herself in. I don't know what state she actually turned herself in or was apprehended in. Um, it could have been Texas, where they're from. They're from Texas, so I'm making the assumption that she was arrested in Texas, and she is awaiting extradition to Cabo, to San Jose Cabo, New Mexico. Um, we have been given a synopsis of what will happen to her once she is um, once she is once she is extradited to Mexico. Based on what's being told to me, is that once she reaches Mexico, she will go before a judge. She will be, her rights will be read. She will be given all the information about the case. She will be told, why she's being arrested. She will be given all of the evidence that they have, both verbal, verbal and video. She will be given all of that information by the judge. After that time, what will happen is that she will, they will have a period of 16 days in order to, put this case together. Once it's all put together, then she will go back to court for a second court appearance where she will stand trial. The trial is not going to be a jury trial. It's going to be a judge trial. The judge will be deciding what her fate will be. The judge will be deciding, how many years she will get in prison. The judge will be deciding what her punishment will be. Now, based on what we've been told, um, the actual the actual charge that she's being charged with, which is she's being charged with um, it's called feminist. That's the name. That's the title of the charge. She is being charged with killing a woman. Um, and the actual charge holds a minimum sentence of 20 years minimum, 50 years maximum. So that means that she can't be charged any less than 20 years. So with that being said, even if she goes in there, she can go in there, she can testify, she could tell on the other people, she could tell, you know, um, that whatever their part was and stuff like that. She's going to jail for 20 years. She's going to jail for 20 years, period, because the minimum sentence is 20 years. So this girl, Dejanay's Jackson, she's going to be in jail for a long time. If you have not seen the video, I will post the link of where you can see the actual video of Dejanay's beating on Shanquilla. And let me tell you something. That video will infuriate you. Because when I saw what Dejanay's Jackson did the Shanquilla, I was taken aback. I was taken aback. It actually horrified me and brought me to tears, Joseph, when I saw what happened to this girl and how she was beat. She was beat by this girl, and she was beat unconscious, and she was still beat. In addition to that, then what really, really gets under my skin, and this is what bothers me so much, and I'm just trying to wrap my head around it and trying to figure out why there's only been one arrest. Her, the person that was videotaping the actual fight was her best friend. Was supposed to be her best friend. Let me tell you something. I have a best friend. There ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to stand by and videotape somebody beating the shit out of my best friend. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because we both going to get our ass whooped that day. You're not going to stand there and you're not going to beat on my best friend. No, you're not going to do it. I don't understand. This whole murder was senseless. And all the people that stood in that room and watched that girl beat her like that, all of them, they deserve to do some time because you stood by and you watched this girl beat the hell out of somebody who paid for the villa. And she ain't paid no little bit of money for that villa. Do you know how much that villa cost for the weekend?
What?
That villa was $10,000. Shanquilla paid $10,000 for that villa. Not only did she pay for the villa, she paid to have a chef come in and cook for them. She paid for all of the amenities that came with that villa that weekend. And they stood by and they watched this person who they call their friend. They stood by and watched her get her ass beat. And y'all, let me just say this. You can say what you want to say. This was a premeditated event. This was premeditated. It was premeditated because why would you pull out your camera phone to videotape it if it wasn't premeditated?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this was a premeditated event. All these people who, what kind of friends? What kind of friends do you have? What kind of friends? I know this girl. She must have been saying to herself when she was getting beat up like that, "Where are my friends? Where are my friends?"
What did I do to deserve this?
And I'm still, like I said, I'm still trying to wrap my head around why the other five people. Well, the sixth person. We're gonna talk about the sixth person tonight too. Why the other five people have not been arrested. Now there was a sixth person that was present. Now he claims to have come the day after everything had occurred. He says that when he got there, he had no idea of what happened. He had no idea of the fight. He had no, they told him that she was, she was, ill because of alcohol poisoning. He came in, he saw her, he put on some music, he played it for her, and he laid her on his lap, and he tried to wake her up. She wouldn't wake up. He said the nurse came in. The nurse came in and was trying to help with reviving her. He said that's when he noticed that she had a big knot on the top of her head, and she had a big knot on the side of her head. And he said to these people, "What the hell did y'all do to her? What happened to her?" And the friends told him that she had stumbled and fell, and that's why she had this knot on her head. She had stumbled and fallen. because she was drunk. So the sixth person that is involved, apparently, he's innocent until proven guilty. He says that he didn't get there until the day after. And so the court of public opinion is still out on him.
Laying there the day after?
Yeah, she was still, because what happened was when they discovered that she wasn't waking up or anything like that, they called a doctor. The doctor came in and suggested that they take her to the hospital, and of course they refused. They refused to take her to the hospital, and the doctor saw her. He tried to treat her. He told them, he told them what to do and stuff like that. And unfortunately, she ended up dying from cardiac arrest in the hotel. The sixth person that came in the next day was told that she was found slumped over her toilet because she was so drunk. So he was under the assumption that she had died from alcohol poisoning. He was really assuming that she died from alcohol poisoning. Now, how true all this is, I do not know. This is alleged. This is what he has said. There is the clip, the actual clip link that I'm going to put in the comment section will show, exactly what he said in detail. He went live and he went into detail about what he witnessed on the day that he came into Cabo, Mexico. And you can form your own opinion for yourself.
Makes sense. What did you do? Reading the comments?
Yes, reading the comments. That's the question for that's a question for everybody. That's the question everybody's asking. What kind of friends are these? That's the question I'm asking. What what kind of friends are these?
They were her friends, period.
That would stand by and watch their friend get beat like this.
None of them were.
What kind of friends are these? I'm taken aback by that. I'm taken aback by that. If these are the kind of friends that are out here, I don't want no friends.
I'd be better off myself.
I don't want no friends. I really don't. I don't want to have no friendships with nobody. Because if we can be out somewhere, or I don't care what the situation is, and you call yourself my friend, and you stand by and you watch somebody beat me to a pulp, and you stand by and don't do anything but videotape it, what kind of friend are you? You're not my friend. You're not my friend. So yes, that's what's going on with the Shanquilla Robinson case. Again, one person, Dejanay Jackson, has been arrested and is awaiting extradition to Mexico, where justice will be served. Hopefully, I don't. The only other thing is I'm trying to figure out is how is the United States going to involve themselves in this. That's what I want to know. That's what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see how the United States are going to involve themselves with this. If she does get sentenced a minimum of 20 years, how is the United States going to involve themselves in this? Are they going to say, can the United States step in and say, okay, well, we will uphold your sentence, but she can serve her sentence in an American jail? I don't know. Because guys, let me tell you something. The Mexican jails, they're saying these Mexican jails are no joke. They're saying that they're no joke. They're saying that they are killers in there, both men and women. They say the women's prison is even worse than the men's. So, this girl, Um, she she got a lot on her shoulder. Now, based on what I've been told, I've been told that they said Jesus Dejanay is talking. She's talking. She's telling everything that happened. She's telling everything that went on. She's implementing the other five people in the whole, thing, and that's what makes me think that this was a setup. This was a setup from the door, from the time that they decided to get on the plane and come to Mexico. They set up to beat for Shanquilla to get beat up like this, which makes it even worse.
I believe they plotted it before they got there. That's a given.
Yeah, I do too. Now, I'm asking you guys, what do you guys think? Do you think that because listen, she's going to be sentenced. She's getting a minimum sentence of 20 years. That's just let's just put that on the table. What I want to know from you guys is do you think that she should serve her prison term in Mexico, or should she be able to serve her prison term here in the United States? What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know in the comments section. What do you guys think? Do you think that she should be able to serve her prison term in a American jail, or should they just allow the powers that be to let her serve her time there in Mexico? Because the crime did happen in Mexico, so she should serve her. This is what I think. I think she should serve her time in Mexico. I think she should serve her prison term in Mexico, and that's just that. Period. Point blank. Put a period on it. All right, moving on. The next thing that we're going to talk about is Dwayne Wade. Now, Dwayne Wade has been in the blogs and in social media about his daughter, Zaya. Now, at this time, his daughter, Zaya, who is about 16 years old, no, she's 17 now. She's a trans woman. She has transitioned. She's transitioning into, the trans community. And Zaya wants to change her name to Zaya, and also she wants to change her sex, so that when she goes to motor vehicle, for instance, and gets her driver's license, instead of her driver's license saying male, it will say female. In any documentation on her, such as her birth certificate, her social security card, anything will identify her as female. This is what Dwayne Wade's daughter is requesting. The problem right now is that Zaya's mother has stepped in and said, "I don't want my daughter to change her name. I don't want her to change her sex." And I have some say so over that. Now, of course, Dwayne Wade made a comment a couple of days back where he says, that Zaya's mother has had every opportunity to spend time with her daughter, to be involved with her daughter's life, and now she comes along and she wants to pull rank, and she doesn't want my daughter to change her name or change her sex. She doesn't have that right. Dwayne Wade also says the door is still open for Zaya's mom to come in and be a part of her daughter's life. So basically, what he was saying is that because Dwayne Wade, he got custody, he gained custody of his children. Whenever him and his first wife they divorced, he gained full custody of them, and he's saying that basically she wasn't there. She was never involved in Zaya's life. She was never involved with Zaya. She never called her. They never had communication or anything like that up until recently. And now all of a sudden, that they have communication with each other, she wants to come in and she wants to have a say so. How do I feel about this? Well, let me tell you how I feel about this. Um, I think Zaya should be able to change her name. I think she should be able to change her sex if that's something that she wants to do. Okay, do I feel as though her mother is right in not wanting to change her name or change her sex or what have you? I say to each his own. I do. I say to each his own. If at the end of the day, that's still her mother. I don't care. Parents have rights, right, Joseph?
I guess. If you should have exercised them rights, had the opportunity to see you.
Ah. Now, Joseph and I, we had a conversation earlier, and he was like, "Well, Tramel, her mother ain't never been there for her. She ain't never did nothing for her. She ain't never called her. She ain't never did that. What right does she have to come in and say what she wants?" Um, Morally, you're right, but legally, she has every right to step in and say whatever she wants to say, regardless whether she's been there or not. And that's what I was trying to explain. Joseph was like, "Well, F her mother, F her, forget her. You can't forget her. The fact of the matter is, she's still her biological mother, and she has just as many rights as any other parent would have. She's never abused her child. She's never done anything wrong to her child. So, yes, she has a right to step in and say what she does and does not want. That's just facts, period. So, I can personally say that I feel as though her mom is wrong for putting her nose in this, but at the same time, that's still her child, and she still has a right to have a say so. Should we come down on Zaya's mom for, stepping in and saying, saying how she feels? Uh, what's the point? I mean, really, what's the point? What's the point of us coming down on Zaya's mother because she's never been there for her daughter? What's the point? It's not going to change anything. The fact is that she was never there. She was never there for her daughter. She didn't communicate with her when she was a kid. She didn't do any of these things. But the fact is, and this is how the court is going to look at it, and this is how social services is going to look at it. They're going to say, okay, well, she wasn't there, but she's here now. She wasn't there, but she's here now. And y'all just going to have to deal with it, period. Point blank. Because what y'all don't understand about social services is whenever you have things like domestic violence or domestic issues with parenting and things like that, their main goal is to keep the family together. They don't want to put a wedge in between the family unless it's something that's doing the children harm. If it's not going to do the children any harm, they would prefer keep the family together. That's how that's how they look at it. Even when somebody, let's say somebody calls child protective services on someone, they child protective service will come out. They will do an investigation. If they feel the need to take children out the home, they're going to take the children out the home. Once they take the children out the home, they're going to sit down with those parents and they're going to say, okay, let's put together a plan to get your children back into your home and for you to parent your children the correct way. And that's just how they do it. So y'all tell me in the comment section, what do y'all think? Should Zaya's mother fall back and let her daughter have her way and change her name, and change her sex on her, on her personal information, um, or should she continue to say no? What do you guys think? Where your phone at, Papa? Man, please. Let's read the comments up here. It's kind of hard because I can't go back. Okay. Bear with me for a moment, guys. I'm just reading your comments.
How you said, sit down? My mama needs to sit down.
Yes. Yeah, well, a lot of people are saying that her mother needs to sit down and shut up. But still, that's her daughter. That's her daughter. Y'all, nobody can take that away. Y'all, nobody can't say that's her daughter. She birthed that. She birthed that child. So she has to say so. Legally, she has to say so. We can sit here and talk about what she has not done. We can sit here and talk about her not being there. We can talk about all the things that she did in the past. But the fact of the matter is, she's still Zaya's mother. She's her biological mother, and she has every single right that any other parent on this planet would have with their children. She's never done her daughter any harm. She's never beat her. She's never abused her, either verbally or physically. She has a right. And yes, Trisha, you're absolutely right. And that's what I was thinking. Zaya is 17 years old. She's going to be 18 in another year. What's the rush? What's the rush? And I'm going to quote something that Claudia from TGIF said. This is none of our business, really. Why is it actually in the blogs about what's going on with Zaya and this whole thing about her changing her name and her sex? This is absolutely none of our business. And y'all, let me ask y'all something. Why do people continue to do this? And see, I used to do this myself. We get mad at our family, or we get mad at someone, and we go to social media and we just want to out them. Like, people that are watching really, really care. People that are watching, most people that are watching really don't care. They just want to see the drama of what's going on, and that's really it. So, why do we continue to take our own personal and family issues to social media? I don't do it any longer. I used to. I used to, like, whenever I would get mad at my sisters or my mom or something like that, I would make a post on my Facebook page about it, and I'm like, after and then I thought about it for a little while, and I was like, Tramel, why are you telling everybody what's going on with you and your mom and your sisters and stuff like that? Like, what they gonna do? What are they gonna do? What are my Facebook followers gonna do about me being mad at my sister because she did ABCD? What are they gonna do? They ain't gonna do nothing. They don't have no powers. They don't have the power to call my sister and say, shame on you. Shame on you for doing that to Tramel. And even if they did have that power to say shame on you for doing that to Tramel, what does this solve? It doesn't solve anything. So I made a decision that a long time ago, that if I had any issues, any personal issues, not just with family, with anybody, I don't go to social media. I don't. I don't put my business out on social media. I just don't. I just choose not to put my business out. Are you guys one of those people that put stuff out on social media when you get mad at somebody? Let me know who you are. Let me know if that's something that you do. And let me know why you do it. And listen, this ain't it ain't there's nobody to blame. There's nobody to blame in this situation. This is not Gabrielle's fault. This is not Dwayne's fault. Nor is it his mother. Nor is it Dwayne Wade's ex-wife. There's nobody to blame in this. The fact of the matter is that Zaya wants to change her name. She wants to change her sex, and she can wait until she's 18. She can wait. She's not that. She's. It's not like 18 is like 10 years from now. She's gonna be 18 10 years from now. She's 17 years old. She has another year and she'll be 18. When she turns 18, she can do whatever she wants. Listen, we in social media, we already acknowledge her as her. We already acknowledge her as Zaya. We already acknowledge her as a trans woman. So what's the big deal? Why can't she wait until she's 18 to do what she wants to do? It's really uh it really makes no sense. Right, El Manning. Yeah, you make a great point, El Manning. El Manning said, "We're telling her to wait be equivalent to telling someone to stay in the closet for another year." She's not in the closet. See, that's the thing. She's not in the closet. Zaya has been an out trans person since she was a kid. We've acknowledged her as being a trans woman. We've acknowledged her as being a trans girl. We have acknowledged her for her name. Her father has acknowledged her. Gabrielle has acknowledged her. Her mother has acknowledged her as being a woman. Nobody has acknowledged her as being anything other than what she has asked people to acknowledge her to be. So that's why it's really like, y'all, it's really no big deal. I really don't see the problem in her waiting until she's 18 to get all this done. And I know a lot of us say, oh, well, she shouldn't have to wait. But that's life, guys. That's life. Listen, these are children that we're talking about. Um, we live in a very diverse world these days, where uh, I would say 20 years ago, a lot of things that are happening now would have never been accepted. Um, Men, we had to be in the closet. We could not tell people, who we really were. Trans men and women had issues getting jobs or being able to live their life as their true self. That's not the case today. The case today is that you should be able you can live your life and live your life in your truth. Period. Point blank. You can live in your truth these days. There was a time in our lives where people couldn't live in their truths, and now they can. So you know, um, we have to kind of. Am I playing devil's advocate when I say this? I'm going to give you guys an example, and I think I've used this example before. When when I got engaged, when Joseph and I got engaged, my mom was very, very upset about us getting engaged because for her, she was embarrassed. It was an embarrassment to her because my mother comes from the church world, and for her son to get married to another man was an embarrassment to her. And, you know, I sat down, I had a conversation with my mother. Well, it really wasn't a conversation, it was a back and forth fight. I was like, Mommy, I was like, do you really, really think that I chose this? Because my mother always thought, in the sense that my life is a lifestyle and that I chose this life. I chose this. I said, Mommy, I said, I did not choose to be gay. You know, I did not choose to be ridiculed and teased and called names and gay bashed. And I didn't choose all this. If I had it my way, I would have been a totally different person. I would not have gone down this road. I wouldn't have chosen this journey if I had a choice because it's been so hard. But I also, at that time, I remember when Joseph and I, after we got engaged, I wanted to be fair. I wanted to look at things from my mother's perspective. And the way that I did that was I looked at it and I said, okay, I put myself in my mom's shoes. I said, I'm a mother that has a child that has come to me and has told me that they're gay. And it's not about them being gay, it's about everything that they're going to weather through. See, my mother, for her, it wasn't me being gay wasn't the issue. It was what I had to endure as a gay man that scared her. My mother acted out of fear. She thought that, when Joseph and I got engaged, that people were going to want to hurt us. They were want to. They were want to. They wanted. They were going to want to ridicule us. They were going to want to tease us. They were going to want to do all these terrible things to me. So my mother, she acted. Most of her actions were out of fear for Joseph and I, because let me tell you, she loves my husband. She loves Joseph, but uh, I think her reaction was out of fear. She was afraid of all of the things that came along with us being gay, number one, and then all the things that came along with us being two men that were getting ready to get married to one another. Um, and of course, my mother, she comes from a different day and age. She came to me and she said, Tramel, I don't know. She said, I'm not, she said, I can't come to your wedding. And I said, why not? She says, my heart can't take it. She said, I don't think my heart can take it. And at the time, I didn't go into detail of it, but I thought about it. I was like, what does she mean by that? What does she mean she doesn't think that her heart can take me standing before God in front of a minister, professing my love to my now husband, saying wedding vows, and then kissing him? That was the issue. The issue was my mother, even to this day, well, no, not to this day, my mother had never, ever, 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 ever seen me kiss another man. She had never seen me kiss another man, and she had never seen another man kissing me. And that was the difficult part for her. Um, Another difficult part for her is that she made this assumption that one of us was going to be in a wedding dress. Okay, which was not going to happen because Joseph wasn't wearing the wedding dress, and I wasn't wearing no wedding dress. But she had all these ideas in her head about what the wedding was going to be like, and that's what deterred her from wanting to either participate or come to the wedding. Now she did show up for the reception, which I was really grateful for. I was really grateful for that, and she did show up for the reception, and everything from that point on has gone really good with my mom and I. We don't, my mom and I, we don't. She's come around. She's come around when it comes to me being married. It's not an issue for her. Sometimes I have to correct her. Sometimes I have to say to her because she'll introduce me. She'll say, "This is my son, and this is his friend, Joseph." And I say, "No, mommy, that's not the correct introduction. This is my husband." But she has come around. What we also have to remember is that most of our parents, for people like my age and older, a lot of our parents, they come from a different day and age where homosexuality just was not accepted in the community, period. Homosexuality was like taboo. Homosexuality was like a dark, 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 dark secret that you kept to yourself. If you had a child that was gay, most parents shunned them or turned their backs on them. That's just what it was, guys. And I had to, it wasn't that I had to be understanding of that, but I had to look at it from my mother's perspective and had to understand why she reacted the way that she did. Perhaps Zaya's mom may be the same way. Zaya's mom may not understand, what's going on with her daughter. She may not understand the importance of why her daughter wants to change her name. She may not understand the importance of why, her daughter wants to change her sex. She may not understand the importance of that. And maybe that's the reason why she has stepped in and done what she's doing. Um, so I'm saying all this, guys, to say to you, we have to always, anytime that we come across something as controversial as this, or any situation, try to look at things from both sides of the spectrum. When you look at things from both sides of the spectrum, then you'll gain a better understanding of it. Now, will you still make the same decision? You may or may not. You may or may not. But, know that when you look at things from both sides of the spectrum and you sit down and you really think about them, you have to say to yourself, is this right or is it wrong? And I simply say that Zaya Wade should wait until she's 18 years old, and anything that her heart desires that she wants, she will be able to get without the without her mom, or her dad having the right to say anything about it. That's it. That's it. It's a different perspective. I have a friend. She just recently she shared with me. She said, she told me that her daughter was gay, and she said she doesn't agree with it. She could never agree with it, and she doesn't understand it. She doesn't understand why her daughter is gay. Her daughter has two children and was engaged to a man at one time, and decided later in life that she was going to transition over to liking women. And she keeps saying to me, Tramel, all I want to know is why. I said, what do you mean, why? She said, why is it that my daughter, who was engaged to be married and has children, made a decision to now be with women? I said, well, she didn't make a decision to be with women. She just started being with women. She just started liking women. What can you do? There's no, if you're looking for an answer, if you're looking for the answer why, you're never going to get it. You're never going to get it. I said, what if your daughter meets the love of her life and she decides to marry her? What are you going to do? I'm not going to, she said, I'm not going to the wedding. I said, why not? She said, because I don't accept it. I said, well, what sense is that? But she said she said, I love my daughter, but I don't accept it. How can you love your daughter but not accept her? That makes no sense. And listen, let me be clear about this. Because I hear so many times, I hear so much about, the many struggles and the trials and tribulations that the younger generation is enduring in the LGBT community for being themselves, the battles that they have to go through, both in school, among their peers, in their neighborhoods, in their communities, and stuff like that. Let me just say this. We live in a world, like I said, that's very diverse now and very progressive. I just have this optimistic feeling that people are going to come around. People are going to come around, and things like this are not going to be an issue. Within the next 10 years, being gay is not going to be an issue. Just like now, you can turn on your television and you can see commercials for HIV meds, and it's not a big deal. Um, there used to be a time when HIV was like the worst. It was like a plague, and now look at it. People talk about it. People are living with it. People are living years with it with no problem. It's not taboo anymore. Um, you know, you see commercials for medications. You see commercials for, things like PrEP, things like that counteract the HIV virus, things like that. The world is coming around. People are coming around. You know, um, pretty soon we won't have a lot of the hate that is spewing and going on in our communities. It will subside. Trust me when I tell you, it's definitely going to subside. Yeah, I mean, people are starting, even in the black community, you know, people are starting to accept that life. People living in their truth. They're starting to accept it. It's not going to always be like this, people. It's not going to, I promise you, it's not going to be like this. We have a long way to go, but we've come a very, very long way. We've come a very, very long way. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I would have a YouTube channel where my husband and I can live in our truth. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that something like that was like this would be possible, but it's possible. I come on my channel every night at 10:30, and my husband and I, we share with you our lives. We share with you what we go through in our lives, and it's no different than what anybody else goes through in their life. It just really isn't. Well, guys, time has passed us by. We've actually gone overtime. We actually have gone 11 minutes overtime. But it was great having this conversation with you guys tonight. Please accept my apology. I'm not like Joseph. I don't. I'm not in the comment section all the time. Everywhere in the comment section. I tried to read as many of you guys' comments as I possibly could. But if you have any extra comments that you would like to share, or any other information that you would like to share with me or Joseph about what we discussed tonight, please, by all means, send us an email at TheMcRaeKingz@gmail.com. Or you can leave a comment in the comment section on this video. And we do read the comments and we do respond back to them. Um, let's keep the conversation going about what's going on in social media today. Y'all say a prayer for Shanquilla Robinson and her family as they go through this horrible, horrible, horrible time with their daughter being killed by who she thought were her friends. Y'all say a prayer for that family. Y'all also pray for Dwayne Wade and his daughter, Zaya, that they find some type of comfort in, what's going on with this whole name change situation. Let's pray that they find some type of understanding. Let's pray that the both parents come together and they're able to have some type of understanding of what has taken place, and they're able to come to a happy medium and fix it. Make sure that you go over to our McRae boutique and check out our merchandise. Watch us on all social media platforms. Of course, you guys know what those are. Uh, and if you want to donate to the McRae platform, by all means, please feel free to do so. Our Cash App is TheMKingz. It's right there on the screen. We do accept Cash Apps. We accept all different types of donations. We also have PayPal, Venmo, and other um, uh, um, different ways that you can donate to us. And know that the monies that you do donate to our platform, we do put it back into the platform to help us grow. Again, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm out of here. Y'all, please say a special prayer for Joseph as he is really not feeling well. He's lying here next to me. He is knocked out asleep. And, hopefully the medications that I bought will help him weather through whatever he needs to weather through. But in the meantime, I'm out of here. With that being said, guys, You guys have a great, great, great Friday. And walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember, it's Team McRae all damn day. Bye bye.